Brandy, why did you choose a team instead of a task?
I was really excited to work with this team.
Why did you prefer this team? Why didn't you choose the other group?
I think that I've, all along the way, really sort of been vocal in my respect for s10e. Lisa and I obviously saw each other kind of very much to the end, and I do respect Anand. And I think it's no secret to anybody in this boardroom that Masa and I don't work well together, and I thought we had enough on our plate without that kind of distraction.
What do you think about that, Masa?
I think that Brandy always brings personal things into every task. I never have. I mean, me and Clint had issues going into it, and I didn't bring that into it. Business is different.
So, Masa, you were fired under a little bit of controversy. Do you think you redeemed yourself?
Yes, sir.
I think you did, too.
Thank you,
okay?
Mr. Trump.
Anand?
Yes, sir.
Did you redeem yourself?
I
You're
certainly
redeemed,
hope,
okay?
I hope so.
Anand is redeemed. Even though he cheated like a dog, he's redeemed, okay? All right. Lisa, did you like playing golf with me?
Yes, it was amazing.
Just out of curiosity, who chose the prize from Golfsmith? For the first place winners? Because honestly, I never heard of the equipment. You know, they sell TaylorMade and Titleist and all the different stuff. And yet, the first place winner won equipment that I've never even heard of.
I can say that Anand...
Was that you, Lisa?
Anand and I went to Golfsmith
Lisa,
to
was
pick
that
the
you?
prizes. Well,
Lisa, was that you?
Let me say it from the beginning.
I will fire your ass. Was that you, Lisa?
I wanted the...
You'll be the only contestant in the history of The Apprentice that got fired twice.
Twice.
Although I can't do that. You played too well.
I think I did a
You
bit
know,
of a
the fact is
compromise and
that
I
the
shouldn't
winners
have.
left the product behind.
Right. And
You know,
that
these
was
are all
afraid
rich
of
people.
that.
Brandy, wouldn't you say that's bad management?
I was doing a lot of things, and I trusted my teammates who have experience in golf to pick what they thought appropriate.
Did you use all the funds?
We did.
We
yes.
did.
Originally, we wanted to do gift cards because we thought, you know, what better way? Let's give a gift card. That way, you know, whoever
Yeah, but
wins
Anand, you
could
were
go.
given a lot of money,
Absolutely.
okay? So you had no dearth of funds. And they didn't even take their clubs with them.
They cared about the trophy, the Apprentice trophy. That's what they really
Well,
wanted.
they liked the trophy.
They loved it.
But
Everybody
they
there
didn't like
loved
the
it.
clubs.
There's nothing else I can say other than I sent people to get gift certificates. They were unable to do so, and I trusted my team to pick out the best equipment they could.
Okay, let's get to Clint.
Yes, sir.
Clint, did you think Liza did a great job?
Oh, gosh. Golly. Wow. She made us all really
I
good.
thought she was great.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Everybody loved, standing ovation, everybody loved her.
Yes, sir.
So we can be very proud of her.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you this question. Why did you choose the dinner and Liza Minnelli concert over the golf tournament? Because most people say that would have been a harder thing to do. Why?
Because everyone would expect me to actually take the golf tournament because they would think that would be an easier thing for me to do, and it would have been. I also took that task because I knew what the strengths of my team were, and finally, I wanted an opportunity to stand up and show you my communication skills.
I was curious, Clint, to get your impression of your oratory skills. Because, you know, you really milked the y'all thing. Because at one point in time, I said, okay, we get the fact that you're Southern, but you've said y'all a ton. And I thought it was a little unpolished.
Too much. I think it's great 1 or 2 or 3 times, but you were going on and on with y'all, 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 y'all. And, you know, I got the impression you were really trying to prove you're a country boy. Were you using that phrase on purpose?
Actually, sir, I use that phrase in my everyday speech because to me it's no...
So it wasn't done on purpose?
No, sir.
Look, I think you're both outstanding. I think you've both done a great job. I think really both tasks were really well run. All right, Poppy, you've worked with both Clint and Brandy. Who's better? You and me. Who would you pick?
Oh, you put me in these tough situations. You love to do that.
And you know what? Forget you're on Clint's team. All right?
Okay.
I'm not going to hold you. I'm not going to say you're disloyal. I'm not. Who would you pick?
I was very impressed by Clint on this task, I must say. He really instructed us well. He also had a very clear idea of what he wanted. I think that's very important.
And Brandy?
I think Brandy's phenomenal.
So who would you choose?
You know, I would choose Brandy. I had the pleasure to work with her for many weeks.
Wow, that's a nice statement, Brandy.
I just have
And
the
that's
utmost
okay,
respect
Clint.
for her.
Because there are other people, I'm sure, on this side that would pick you.
I
I'll bet
understand.
Anand might pick you.
Absolutely
Anand.
not. I'd pick Brandy.
Of course, I don't know.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
Really? So if I do the same thing with you, Stephanie, if I say,
Yes.
you know, forget about the team thing and
I
forget
won't
about
be
all
as
of that.
nice. It's very easy. I was very disenchanted with Clint's behavior during our task. He constantly showed up on the golf course, which is not his place. He should have been back on his own task, which was very disrespectful of Brandy and Brandy's task.
Did you find that problem, Brandy? I mean, did you think it was disrespectful? Did you notice Clint on the golf course? I didn't even notice him on the golf course.
I knew
guess.
that he was on the
You
golf
know why?
course.
Because we were so focused on putting the ball in the hole, we didn't
Yes.
think about Clint.
Yes.
The last thing on my mind was Clint. What did you think?
I thought it was desperate.
It's pathetic. In my eyes, it's a no-brainer. It should be 100% Brandy. In the business world, you need an excellent businesswoman.
What makes her
Brandy.
excellent?
She's polished, she's intelligent, she speaks eloquently, she has a great presence in every business environment we've ever been in. She's the business professional.
Okay, Stuart, if you were me, who would you choose?
I would choose Clint. You know, I've seen Clint in action, and
You've been impressed by Clint.
I'm very impressed by
And
Clint.
the fact is, he did listen to you as a pro at what
He
you're
did.
doing. He did listen to you and
did,
take
sir.
your advice.
He did. But on other things, I mean, just even in general, I think he's a very respectful guy. He may not know everything, but he's certainly somebody who can adapt, and I think he's a very exceptional person.
Masa, you know Clint, you know Brandy. Who would you choose?
Well, first let me just say, Mr. Trump, that coming out of the boardroom where I was fired, I had a bigger problem with Clint, not Brandy.
So who would you choose, Clint or Brandy?
Okay, the reason that I would choose Clint, Mr. Trump, is because I was walking behind Clint when he was going around introducing himself and taking care of every single person. And I mean this. I thought that he had a spark, a charisma, and a personality. And I saw it in every single person's eyes because I was right behind him. Everyone would just light up. And then I got it. I got why he's one of the last two standing.
My Lisa, my
Yes.
beautiful golfing partner.
Yes, Mr. Trump.
You're me.
Yes.
And you have Clint, who you like, I think.
Yes.
And you have Brandy, who I think you like a lot.
Yes.
Who do I choose?
I would definitely choose Brandy, without a doubt.
Why?
Because going into this competition, I knew that she was going to be hard to beat. And I've tried everything I can to get rid of her. Even in the final three, when you asked me who I thought was the strongest, I said Clint. Because if I ended up in the final two...
So you tell a little fib?
Well, here's the thing. If I ended up in
Okay.
final two,
I've heard
I would
that
want to
game
go
played
against
before.
Clint versus Brandy.
Ivanka, what did you think about Clint and his team?
I was extremely impressed with the execution of the dinner. You executed phenomenally and ended up feeding over 500 people in a little under 40 minutes. I thought that was great. I also really liked the way you engaged the golfers. So it wasn't just about the Liza Minnelli concert, but it was about the golf experience and the prizes, and really engaging that subset. And I have to add that I thought the decor was gorgeous.
The room looked great. Don, what did you think of Brandy and Brandy's team?
I thought they did a